Hey there, it's time to check out the garden on its weekly tour. Alright, so we're starting by the melons, and I'm going to try to come up close and catch this little guy. There's a little bee buzzing around, which is exciting. I love having pollinators in the garden. I also saw a butterfly a little bit ago. See, he's loving on the basil flowers. Yay, bring your friends. Alright, so we have our melons, and the cicada melons are still doing okay. I haven't pruned yet. We got a big one there. We got some other smaller ones kind of spread out. They're here still. But they're looking good, so hanging in there. I haven't seen any more squash bugs. And then the Mardi Gras melon, it's looking pretty good. Oh, this is really dirty. We got some really heavy rain, and it splashed up the dirt really bad. So, these are just arranging them on the trellis so they don't go crazy and try to climb the fence, but those are my new sprouts off the base of the cicada melons. Tomatoes are still looking good. As you saw, some of the basil is sprouting a little bit, so I'm going to take some of the ones that are flowered first. I'm just pinching these off. It's going to expand the life of my basil, so that focuses its energy on getting bigger rather than these flowers going to seed. So I do, towards the end of the season, like to just let it go and let it bloom because it's really attractive for the bees and butterflies, but we're not there yet. So that is my maintenance for the basil. Just be very careful that I'm not disturbing any bees. I love my little pollinators. They help me get lots of cucumbers. And because of our big rain, my tomatoes are cracking, so these are all going to get tossed because bugs, and it's really humid here in Houston, so it also just starts to rot. My dill is also trying to go to seed. That's what these little things are, and I do the same thing. I just pull those off so that it's not going to go to flower, and it will hopefully focus on just getting bigger. My lemon cucumbers are looking pretty good. I still have that one guy back in there, and I'm hoping the bees will share the love over here too, because it means I don't have to hand pollinate quite so much. Still gotta cut the heads off this sunflower and see what it's gonna do. Got our jalapenos. This dill is also trying to go to seed. I have to come through and pick some green beans. I have some in the fridge, and it looks like we have some really good pickings. Dill looks good. Jalapeno plant looks good. This okra I still have to pick, but I've been working a lot, and looks like the rain kind of tilted that over. Haven't staked this yet. And these are my Black Beauty zucchini. They're still looking good. And these are my Tokyo cucumbers. And I have one guy right there. So yay, more pickles, and hopefully the bees make its way over here as well. I do have to prune some of these lower branches. When it rains really hard, the dirt can splash up and cause essentially blight or like a fungal disease. So I don't see any other growing oh no, there's one back here. Let's say I don't see any other ones, but oh, there's one guy back here. And most of them start pretty J-shaped and then expand as they grow bigger. Pepper plants here are doing okay. Cucamelons are still doing really well. I have a bunch of them, but I don't have any male flowers. So I have one here that might bloom in the next couple days. Let's see. And these guys are just hanging out, waiting to see what happens with them. But our helper's not out because she can't stop barking at the neighbor's dog. This is where, and I'll insert a picture, I did see a butterfly come and pay attention to my zinnias. Echinacea's still looking a little rough. And then I think I will put some stakes in here and just try to harness this up, especially because we're supposed to get more rain this week. And it is just knocking these guys over, but still loving my zinnias. Adding some beautiful flowers. My dahlias over here are doing okay. Houston is funny because it's either hot and I'm struggling to water things, or we get nonstop rain for 3 days. So hopefully they're not trying to rot. Mint is good. I already pulled my sprouts off this basil plant. All this looking good. I don't think my parsley's gonna make it. It's trying. And then these sunflowers are starting to bloom. And it's very interesting because it was the same variety, same seed packet, everything as the other sunflower that bloomed one. And then when I cut it, it bloomed other sprouts, and it's making multiple heads at the same time. And this one I see one main one and a couple small ones. So I like those sunflowers. All right, that's our quick little tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more garden adventures, and see you next time.